Okay, Coach, it is most likely the final go-around here in this building, but the NFL playoffs have come to sold-out Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the New York Jets and our home team. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go, son.
57's the mic. 57's the mic.
I got him.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They do not
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
And 31's the mic.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Go. 31.
Darnold now to throw. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Mike's 57.
And 80. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
They'll run on first down. Muhammad.
Let's get off the field, D.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike 57.
Here it comes.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now Darnold. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play, because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
20-yard line.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Check 48's the mic.
To throw, Rivers. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
48's Mike. 48's Mike. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty hot.
On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
The Jets take over first and 10.
Let's go.
At their own
Let's go.
29-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Here we go. Red 80. 57.
Now it's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Mike, 57. You can't block me. You can't block me. Deuce.
On first down, Muhammad. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Jatavis Brown there on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. This complete to Lockett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
31's the Mike. Hey, Zoo.
It's our time.
Darnold from the gun. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. To try again after the sack, Darnold. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Jennings was the one he was looking for.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Charger drive about to get going. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Now Rivers sets up the screen to Gordon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. We're scoreless after 1. Here's Ty Long now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their front. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. Now Benjamin.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
Wait! Don't get nervous. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
I'm trying to collect. Wait, 89.
First down, Rivers. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rivers going for the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, L.A. Hunter Henry, 77 yards. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown.
I know guys who design defenses, they try to prepare for everything. But you ignore the guy who plays tight end at your own peril.
Yeah, and he's like having another wide receiver out there sometimes, right?
Exactly right, because they're such a matchup nightmare, and they're hybrid guys. Are they receivers? Are they big guys that block? How about the one we just saw there? Catch it and go. Run after catch all the way into the end zone.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Now here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. Jennings lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Hey, exit. They're not ready for this, man. Hey.
Rivers now after the fumble recovery. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That was shades of Tennessee Volunteer football back in the 80s with Charles Davis coming up from the secondary to make the tackle for a loss.
You mean my teammates doing that, right? Because they would tell you, my coach would say, where's that tape? I want to see that. But how about the complete package there? Not just playing the pass, but being a willing tackler and making a really nice play.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
High 7.
Yo. 54's mine. 54's mine.
Load it.
Check.
Load it.
Watch 54.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown.
Every time, fella. I'm going to score.
Keenan Allen there to make the grab. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're
You
down.
don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. This is Jennings. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed, Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
Darnold to throw again. Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rivers. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. The tally there, minus 2 yards. Brings up 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Mike's 54. 6-man.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
Or maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit. And Darnold, he lost the football.
You better be ready next time.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, but now it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Quit talking about it.
Hey, Charlie.
50.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. He lets it fly for Lockett. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. He's going to take a shot for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
For the Charger field goal, a 37-yard attempt.
Badgley's kick is good, and the lead now increases to 20-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Bravo! Let's go, tight end. Let's go.
On 2nd and very short, Darnold. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Darnold now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. A final shot before the break. Darnold. It's caught. Lockett. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home. That's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
180. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
I'll get him.
Hey, 79. 79.
Mike's 5'4".
Hey, Delta.
Mike's 5'4". Come off the ball hard. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Hey,
Delta.
From the gun, Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
54 Mike.
First and
Hey,
10.
let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Wait.
54 is Mike.
Go, go.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Get that quarterback at all costs. Hey, watch Sam. Watch. Check, Mike.
A first down throw here for Rivers.
Hey, tight, tight.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Rivers to throw it. And Brate, the tight end's got it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
We own them. We own them. Hey, Haywood.
Right there. 54 Mike.
Third and long for Rivers. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
That's what I'm talking about.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Jets will take over first and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Kill, kill. Young lady.
From the 36, Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Hey, 57, Mike 57.
You.
They'll run on first down. Muhammad, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Double tight.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 21. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Following the interception here, Rivers on the move to his left. Going deep here for... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, an 80-yard touchdown. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Let's get it.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Now it's Darnold. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll make this a second and long.
Right. Right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Again, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Hey, get him. You got him.
Red 80. Hey, seam 6.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And the pressure gets to him again. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, standing just outside his own goal line. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Returning, it's Benjamin. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe... Yeah, you've taught me this before. Maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Rivers hands off to Eckler. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Chargers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Rivers. He'll get this to Eckler. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 28-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Back to throw, Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Looking deep for Jennings. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position.
Bill 180, 390, Red Delta. Come to my world.
Running on 1st down, Eckler.
Check 26.
Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Oh, here we go. Oh, watch twist. Watch twist.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rivers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
All right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
All day, every day, any day.
Now Darnold. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Thomas Davis. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Big edge, big edge.
Hey, Delta!
At the 36-yard line.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Hey, Delta! 6-6. Bullets hot.
2nd and 4 at the
Zero.
30-yard line.
Hey, wahoo! Right, 89!
From the 30 on 2nd down, Rivers. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 17-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
No.
4 yards on the pickup.
Hey, 61,
2nd
match
and
box,
6
right.
at the 13-yard line.
Orange bound 4.
Right there. Right there.
To throw is Rivers. And this is complete. It's Allen. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. They go again with Muhammad, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here's Darnold. Flush to his right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And taken right at the 35. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
Made by Kevin King.
Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for L.A. Well, one side moves on, and then, of course, there's the other side, and now they face what they don't want to face, and that's the offseason.
Think about the journey just getting to this game. preseason, right? The OTAs and mini camps before that. Going through the regular season, fighting and scratching and clawing to make it to the playoffs. And then to get to this game, one game short of a conference championship, they'll have the whole offseason to think about it. Let's see if they use it as motivation.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Southern California.